Good afternoon, YouTube. So, we're getting back on track, or at least trying to. Let me adjust my volume right quick so that I can still hear it, but it's not feeding back into my mic. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a little while since I've recorded a game video. Adjust my mic here. There we go. As I was saying, it's been a little while since I've recorded a game video. For that, I apologize. And I hope you guys can forgive me. But I had a bit of an issue at home with getting the time to splice the videos, and also getting the time to actually film and do the videos. Tonight I had the time, I have the equipment, and you know, I kind of have the want to now. I really want to move forward with this. And you know, like I said, I'm really sorry that it took me as long as it did to get back to filming my gaming. But I'm gonna delve a little bit more into the Big Red One and see where they go. Alright, our last episode we started Operation Husky in Italy. And after taking the beach, we're gonna move further into Italy from Gela to Piano Lupo. Now let's see what happens with the Big Red One.
That was brutal yesterday.
That was nothing. Let me tell you, one time back in Africa, found myself in front of an entire platoon of Frenchies. Took them all out, every one, by myself.
That story gets more ridiculous every time you tell it. You know that?
Hey, it's true. Hey, tell him it was true. You was there. Hey, Hawk, tell him it's true.
Not now, Brooklyn. Orders just came down from Battalion CP. They need us to move up to Piano Lupo and reinforce a bunch of guys from the 82nd who've been holding out all night. There's not a lot of time. Aerial recon reports at least one division of Kraut armor roll in from the north. They think it's the Hermann Göring Division.
Didn't we kick their asses back in Africa?
I said not now.
Whoa!
We need some fire in the sky now! Get in that half track and take out those Stukas!
Let's see. Gotta take out some aircraft. Where you at? Missed that one. I'm doing horrible.
Take out them Stukas before they wipe out our equipment!
Oh, okay, so I can zoom. That's great.
Stop those fighters!
Oh. It's one down. Oh, I missed that one. Well, if it wasn't for them showing up on my compass, I wouldn't know which way to shoot. There's another one down. I'm just losing equipment left and right. Let's try that again and see if I can do any better. Alright, first one's coming in this way. missed that one.
Take out them Stukas before they wipe out our equipment! They're going for the fuel tanks! Stop those fighters!
Here comes some more. Where you at? Oh! Wasn't able to get that one. Next one's over here.
Keep moving! Go! 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 Coming!
Where you at? Oh, those are high-level bomb, or not really high-level, but it's too high. Realistically, if a Stuka gets clipped by even one 50 cal bullet, it's going to have a hard time flying straight if it doesn't bring it down immediately.
Heads down! We gotta protect those artillery positions! Don't stop firing! Move it! There's more! Take them out! Disperse! Move it! Move it!
Good grief. I can't see them till they're like right there on me. Oh boy, and I gotta do this all over again. Third time's a charm, right? Let's see. One less to worry about. Missed that one.
Take out them Stukas before they wipe out our equipment! Keep moving! Go! 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 There they are! Light cover! They're going for the fuel tanks! Stop those fighters! Take cover!
And see, realistically, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, as far as not seeing the fighters, not knowing where they're coming from, because we're dealing with a TV and the sound is coming from one direction, it's different than actually being there. Actually being there, you can hear the engines of the plane and kind of get an idea of where they're coming from. But as far as the attacks being just that sudden, I feel like that Treyarch did justice to that those attacks were just that sudden, and those attacks were just that unexpected.
Keep firing! Hit the dirt! We gotta protect those artillery positions! Don't stop firing!
Okay. Alright, let's see where the next one's coming from.
There's more! Take them out!
Oh, I can't get it.
Keep moving! Go, go, go! Take cover! Go! Let's go! Now!
See it on my compass. There it is.
Keep moving! Go, go, go! Hit the dirt!
Have them come from both directions. Not gonna be able to get that one. Maybe I can get this one. They're just so fast, and this auto
I don't
cannon
see
doesn't
any
move
more.
fast enough.
We gotta meet up with Hawk!
Alright, let's see what all I have. Just an M1 carbine. Which the M1 carbine, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that may or may not know, yeah, there's nothing I can pick up. The M1 carbine was one of the first rifles in the world to be mass produced
All of
in
you,
large.
on me! Looks like we're heading the rest of the way on foot. There's a lot of open ground, so don't bunch up. Stay sharp!
But as I was saying, it was one of the first rifles to ever be mass produced in large numbers. I think there were over 6 million rifles made. I'm gonna pause so that I can finish what I was saying. But the M1 carbine had a higher magazine capacity than the M1 Garand, and it was a little bit lighter weight. It was easier to handle. And part of the reason that the M1 carbine had a higher magazine capacity is because it had a smaller round. It chambered a smaller round. The M1 Garand packed 8 rounds semi-automatic with a 30-06 bullet to chamber. Reloading the M1 Garand was tricky, if not aggravating. The bullets had to be preset in a clip, and I don't mean a magazine, I mean actually a clip. There were 8 of them that were stacked into a clip, and they would similar to a money clip, and you would push them down into the chamber where the bolt would automatically close. So unless you were really, really good at what you did, you had to take if you were a right-handed shooter, you would have to take your left hand and with your fingers kind of hold the bolt open while you pushed it down and let it start easing forward until it was over the back of the brass casing, and then turn it loose. And it would slam shut. Otherwise, like I said, you had to be really good to be able to push the clip down. We see it in movies, we see it in video games where they just push the clip down with one hand, but you had to be really, 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 really good at what you did. The M1 carbine loaded from the bottom with your standard stack magazine, the same kind of magazines we use today. If I'm not mistaken, it chambered a 5.56 millimeter, one of the first weapons in the world to use the 5.56 millimeter. And like I said, it held 10 and 15 round magazines. It was just a standard straight magazine, and it loaded from the bottom, which was a lot easier than loading from the top like the M1 Garand. And like you see there, ladies and gentlemen, it loads from the bottom, like most modern firearms of today. Carcano M138. Alright, so I'm gonna switch my M1 carbine for the Breda M1930. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Breda is one firearm I don't know very much about. I know it's Italian made, but other than that, I have no idea. Judging from the reload scheme of the... Well, we have action.
Don't let him flank us!
And judging from what we see here, ladies and gentlemen, it seems the Carcano reloads very similar, if not identical, to the Carabiner 98K. Sorry for my delay, I had to take a moment and think about it.
Everyone okay? Count your arms and legs and let's go.
And we see one here laying on the ground. I'm just going to take a moment and take a look at the setup. Even though this is fairly old school graphics, well, I can go back and look at it later on, because there's a gallery that has detailed pictures. Whoa.
Get down! Stay out of sight! What is it, Sarge? Take a look across the bridge.
It's a whole convoy.
But they ain't moving. They're sitting ducks.
Thunder, this is Fox. What's your status? Over? Give me a grid reference for that bridge. Get it right, or those shells are gonna be dropping right on top of us.
Alright.
Good work. Thunder, this...
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that don't know what just happened, binoculars, we see that commonly in sniper scopes, especially in video games. Those of you that own firearms, you may notice that your scope might have a couple of ticks or extra crosshairs in the bottom, going along the bottom vertical line, and it may have one or two extra crosshair lines going on your lateral lines, that's left and right. The reason being is so that you can use those lines as a rough guess or a guesstimation to range, because as a bullet leaves the barrel, it drops. So you would have to, for the further out your target is, you literally have to pick the barrel up. Now I said that to say this: if you notice, those binoculars excuse me, had lines going across the bottom and across the side. And I know that in the video game world, what you just saw is totally inaccurate. That is not how it worked. But the concept is similar. They would use those binoculars, they would get an idea, they would cross-check what they see in their binoculars with the range, the wind resistance, and they would look at a map, like an actual map. We didn't always have digital technology. Most of your radiomen and some of your higher ranked soldiers would carry a little map of the terrain in their pocket with them, and they would use that to reference different targets in different locations for the big guns, for the ships at sea, for mortar teams. And using the radio, using the map, using what they see and calculating range, elevation, and location, they would relay the exact coordinates of, in this case it's a convoy on a bridge, to either the big guns of the naval battleships at sea or a mortar team closer by.
This is Fox, Fire Mission Battery, grid 233937. Enemy convoy in open. Fire for effect. Over. Hold on to your helmets. This is going to be close.
And if you listen closely, you may have to rewind the video a little bit, but if you listen closely, you can hear the distant doom, doom. That is a naval battleship. But when they have to give grid references, they have to give elevation references, they have to give everything to make these shots count. And when they say fire for effect, that term means lay the firepower down, open fire. Let them have it. Fire for effect means flatten it. Whatever you're shooting at, flatten it. You can still hear those distant shots a little bit. And again, video game graphics, you know, there's a little bit of hull damage and some fire, but realistically, everything on this bridge would have been flattened, including the bridge itself. Alright, those are our boys, so I'm gonna...
Italian bivouac. Stay sharp. Move in.
Sorry about that, Denley. And I just threw that in the total wrong direction.
This guy might actually make it home from this.
Ooh. Looks like a Kubel wagon.
Look, Sarge! That's one of our
Where's the rest
guys
of your
by that
squad,
Jeep.
Corporal?
They're pinned up ahead. They got some wounded, but I can't get to them.
Let's get you up there, then.
The Carcano
Grab that sniper
M1935.
We need it more than
That's
he
what I'm
does.
holding. Springfield. We've used this weapon before, I believe.
Find cover!
Behind the wall! Eruption, watch out!
Oh dear God, Vic.
Sir, up ahead, I think I can see.
Here they are! Find those bastards! Okay, here I go. Cover me!
Missed.
Moving up! Advancing!
Hurry!
I don't really understand what I'm supposed. I guess I'm supposed to stay with him.
You boys from the 82nd?
Yes, sir!
You must be the naval liaison we heard about.
Mangan, sir! I'll stay here and tend to these guys.
Let's go! Move it! Let's find the CEO! Stay close!
You must be from the 16th. We've been expecting you boys.
Sergeant Hawkins.
Captain James, 504th. Won't lie, glad you're here. We've been taking a real beating. Could use your extra muscle. Tell me that radio works.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Without those big guns, we don't stand a chance.
Where do you need us?
German armor is getting real close. Send your best through those tunnels and up to the front line. Hurry!
Yes, sir. Okay, people, you heard the captain. You and Vic, get going. Let's keep our Navy friend out of trouble. We'll bring up the rear. Squad, move in!
Alright. So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is extremely unprofessional, but I'm going to stop the video for just a moment. I have something I need to go take care of, and I will be right back. It won't take but a couple of seconds on you guys' screen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have returned. Hopefully that wasn't too long a wait. So we found the unit we were looking for. We are reinforcing them, and now we have to move forward. Looks like we have to use our radio once again to call in the big guns. Which, again, another tidbit of history, and this is highlighted in the, I believe it was 1996 movie of Wind Talkers with Nicolas Cage. They used Navajo Native Americans and used their language to develop a code. Probably the only code in World War II that was never broken. Not once, ever, was that code ever broken. And in the movie, this is totally off subject, and I'm sorry if I'm droning on, guys, but in the movie, there's a scene where some of the Navajo Native Americans are learning how to speak code, and the word for artillery is literally many big guns, but in the Navajo language. I just thought that would be kind of sort of relevant, and if those of you that wish to look further into that, Google could probably be your best friend, but look up the island hopping of Japan. That was what it was called, island hopping, where U.S. troops moved from one island to the next of Japan from, if I'm not mistaken, from 1943 to 1944. But anyway, let's get on with the rest of this episode, and let's see where our squad goes to help out the good captain.
That's a whole lot of tanks. We don't stand a chance. Not standing here, we don't, Popeye. Come on.
Wait on my squad to catch up with me. God, I don't fully know where to go. Alright. Woo! That was a kick in the teeth. Let's see. Okay, side door.
Get on that machine gun! I want a base of fire on that ridge line! Nothing gets through!
And of course, I get it. Alright. Hold on, there's something going on with my machine gun. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen, there's something going on with... Alright, hold on. I got to figure out what's going on with my controller here. Alright, there we go. I gotta get off this daggone machine gun.
Clear those trenches!
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It may seem like a good idea to use the mounted machine gun, but I've never been friendly with mounted machine guns. That was a lucky shot, to be honest.
Don't slow down! Move! Go, go, go! Into the tunnels now! Go!
Alright, we're going into some tunnels.
Keep moving!
Alright, so I guess we have to go this way.
Wrong one! Back the other way!
Yeet.
Keep moving!
I feel bad for those guys.
Get to the top of that command bunker! Door's jammed!
Step aside, Sarge. I can open this puppy up. Easy.
And I know that didn't seem very realistic, but guys, this game was made in 2004, if I remember correctly.
All right, Mangan, you're up.
Radio's broken, sir. It got pretty banged up in the explosion.
How about that radio over there?
Oh, I think so. I'm gonna need a few minutes, though.
Get down there. Use those bunkers for cover. Hold off those tanks any way you can. Get this man the few minutes he needs.
Alright. Now we gotta go true Call of Duty style. Alright, so I gotta go back downstairs.
Get in the bunker! Split up!
Ooh,
We need some pressing fire on them
bazooka.
tanks!
That's one less tank to worry about. Grab some ammunition, which fortunately, standing right here, I can get unlimited ammunition for the bazooka. Or at least it would appear that way. I could be wrong.
Too many of them!
One more. Yes, it would appear that come on, I got one more shot. Would appear that my ammunition had disappeared. That is not good. Alright, let's reload our...
Stay on them! Don't give them a second to breathe!
Alright.
Fall back to the main bunker! Come on!
The radio's up and working! Cover me! The cruisers need firing coordinates!
Medic! Medic!
Get up there and spot targets for Mangan!
Boise and a couple other ships are in range. Let's light them up!
Give me help with the west bunker!
5, 5, 9, 5,
shots.
And you can hear in the background that rumble. And here you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the lines that I was talking about. I can't move from this spot.
Enemy spotted!
Hey, you sure you were alright, Sarge?
This one wasn't even close. Looks like Göring's boys are on the run. Outstanding work, son. I'm putting you in for corporal. You deserve it.
Yeah, I guess you done all right out there.
Leave it to Vic. But we all know Vic's the hard ass. And then Brooklyn. Did you guys catch that in the beginning? Brooklyn making up the story of how he caught the Frenchies in that room. There were what, maybe 4 or 5 of them that he walked in on, and he didn't even do it all. We, the player, the shooter, we did all the work. That was a heck of a fight, to be honest. So anyway, there it is. There's another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Save. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There's another episode. There's another chapter of the Big Red One. And while what happened in the game may not be 100% truthful, real, it's pretty close to what happened back in 1943 during Operation or it might have been 1942 during Operation Husky. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what I do, give me that thumbs up. It gives me a good feeling inside. It gives me that warm butterfly feeling and lets me know to do some more. If you see something I did wrong, maybe a certain fact that I got wrong in my history lesson, let me know in the comments. And guys, I know that the graphics are extremely cheesy. Actually, let me take a look at the case. Let's see. 2005. This game was produced in 2005. So, hold on. Let me. I don't think that there's a way to. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, once I'm done with this game, I'm going to devote a special episode to. Let me just keep my. We'll keep my little cursor moving so it doesn't do that again. I'm going to devote a special episode to the equipment, to the locations, to everything that was covered in this game. And I got to give Treyarch and Activision credit where credit is due. They really went out of their way for to make what they could in this game historically accurate. Now, no video game is going to be 100% accurate, but I feel like Treyarch and Activision came really, really close, especially considering this game was made in 2005. This game was made in 2005, and a lot of the characteristics you see here carry over to Call of Duty today. Now, Call of Duty now has, in my opinion, turned into more of an arcade shooter rather than open world, or not necessarily not open world, but open fighting like it is. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you like videos like this, if you like to see old school gaming, old school games, if you like to tune into history tidbits, if you like this type of material, Because history is not all that I do. I have another video game series going, and I'm going to be picking up another video game series in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. So hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. You'll be sure to get a notification every time that I upload a new video. Leave me a comment of anything you may want to see. Now, I do not do cheats and hacks or mods. I do not do anything of that nature. If you want to see a game played, if you want me to point out Easter eggs and different things of that nature in a game, I will do that. But I absolutely do not do cheats, hacks, or mods. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a great evening, great afternoon, whatever the case may be, and I hope that I was able to bring some kind of light into your day. This is Christopher Lamar, and I will see you on the next episode.